When you know that you are queer, but your favorite drink is beer, that's gayish. You can bottom without stopping, but you can't stand going shopping, that's gayish. Oh, gayish, you're probably gayish. Well, life's just too short for narrow stereotypes, so it's gayish. We're also gayish. It's Gayish with Mike and Kyle.
Hello, everyone in the podcast universe. This is Gayish.
The podcast that a lot of people listen to, but more don't.
It's true. That's just facts.
That's
true. That's just math and science.
Yep. That's how it works.
I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz.
We're here to bridge the gap between sexuality and actuality. And today,
give me your money and I'll work.
Great.
Gaily.
Well, okay. I mean, our Findom episode is the bonus episode.
That's true.
So you can't get two.
Give me your money, faggots. That's coming for that's not this episode.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about gay for pay.
Yeah.
After my sound trouncing, we'll talk about why we're doing this shortly.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
But first,
reminder.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Listen
to Kyle.
Hi. You look great. What are you doing with your hair? You should do it like that all the time.
Yeah. You should bring that hair to the fucking live stream.
We are doing a live stream of our 400th episode. It will take place on August 18th at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. There is an invite on our Facebook page and our Facebook group. So just find that and say that you're attending.
Find it and say that you're attending so we fucking do it. I'm going to cancel. There's like 6 people that have said that they're coming. I'm not going to do it. Fuck you all.
Yeah, wow. Mike's pulling rank or something, and we need your RSVP. So please sign up. We're excited. Every 50 episodes we do a Q&A. So also you can send your Qs to gayishpodcast plus 400 at gmail.com if you want us to answer your question.
Send in your questions and then show up at the thing after you RSVP on Facebook, you dildos.
Great.
Now the news.
Shut your mouth hole, it's time for your ear holes. News.
News the first. Kyle, that French guy lost the Olympics because his dick was too big.
Yeah. Oh, this is the news?
French pole vaulter Anthony Emirati, who needs to sit on my face. He lost and did not make it to the finals, failed to qualify for the Olympic pole vault finals when his crotch dislodged the bar of the pole vault during the Paris 2024 Olympics. You've seen it, right?
Oh, yeah. Of course.
And by it, I mean his gigantic wang.
His dick. I've seen stills. I've seen GIFs. I've seen all of it.
It does so much bouncing around. Yeah, I mean that's a big old French dick. I bet there's foreskin in there too, just because France.
Oh, yep, probably.
Also, I think he kind of looks like what's his name from those terrible gay movies?
Chris Salvatore.
Yeah. I think he looks like Chris Salvatore, kind of a lot. Anyway, according to TMZ Sports, the porn site Cam Soda has offered him $250,000 if they'll show them his pole vault. They've offered him $250,000 to come onto the site and bear all, which that's not a bad consolation prize if you want to avail yourself of that.
Yeah. I mean, to be at the Olympics and have too big of a dick, like these are not things that I feel too bad about for this guy.
One of my favorite pieces of feedback about it was someone online said that they really need Gladys Watching is who it was on X, or not, I don't know, doesn't matter. Somebody said you need to call a drag queen so you can learn how to talk.
Yeah, they would school you right away, so you would never have that problem. You might, can drag queens run?
Huh.
I wonder if that hurts.
I bet it does.
I would think so. They can dance with heels, but I don't know.
Are drag queens into cock and ball torture, or is that just like an overlapping skill set?
The Venn diagram of drag queens and into cock and ball torture is not zero.
I guarantee that.
Guaranteed.
Darren Parker, the vice president of the company, said, quote, "If it was up to me, I'd award you for what everyone else saw, your talent below the belt. As a lover of crotch-centric activities, I'd love to offer you up to $250,000 in exchange for a 60-minute webcam show in which you show off your goods, minus the crossbar, of course."
That's just good marketing.
Emirati also he said that he previously spoke to the French Athletics Federation about the mishap, said, quote, "It's a big disappointment." How big? "It's a big disappointment. I'm a bit gutted because I didn't miss anything on the third attempt at 5.7 meters. What I did miss was a bit of jumping in training to fine-tune the settings, just a technical session. I was 100% physically ready. The conditions were good. It's the first time I've started a competition without any stress. As a total outsider, I had only one goal, to play with the public. I was almost there." And, like, yeah, I don't know. Like,
Sucks.
just your assets got in the way, boo.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that is a really sad reason to like have your Olympic dreams crushed.
Yeah, at the end of this, yes, we do have to remember that someone's Olympic dreams were crushed, so that sucks.
Yeah, well, I hope he crushes me. Okay, news the second. This is who? Do you know who Andrew Tate is?
Oh, some asshole, some conservative asshole that has either a podcast or a YouTube channel or something.
Yep. Well, he is now being transvestigated.
Wow.
By right-wing Twitter. Far-right influencer Andrew Tate has become the target of conspiracy theorists after a photo of him wearing a tiny pair of swimming trunks went viral. Vex Weirwolf put a post out on X amplifying the fact that Rob Anderson, who we don't know who that is, but posted a picture of Andrew Tate in a very small, like, bathing suit, I would call it. And there's not much of a bulge there, to be honest. And Rob Anderson posted that with, "I guess she forgot to wear her fake eggplant emoji."
Wow, this is the opposite story of the previous news story.
It absolutely is, yeah.
Wow.
See how I tied that together, Kyle?
That was a good pairing.
Yeah, thanks.
Like wine and chocolate. That went together really good.
Some commenters added that Tate's God damn, Kyle.
You got this.
I took my pills. Some commenters added that Tate's V-shaped clavicles were further proof that he was born female and transitioned to male. Now, although he is a dickbag fuckface asshole, Andrew Tate is not trans. There is no evidence to suggest otherwise.
And we don't support transvestigations, regardless of, even if it's against someone I don't like, I don't need them to be, like, the whole premise is really shitty.
Absolutely. Like, don't speculate on somebody else's biology, their gender identity, their sexual orientation. Don't speculate.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, there was a brief transvestigation about Kyle Rittenhouse.
Oh.
Directly tied to when he said he wasn't going to vote for Trump because Trump isn't strong enough on the Second Amendment. So then they're crazy, Kyle.
They're crazy.
I love this new thing of they're weird. Republicans are weird. Right-wingers are weird. Anything they don't like is trans. Anything that they don't like is apparently unconstitutional now. That's the thing that Trump has been fucking wrong about all week, about what happened with Joe Biden. Anyway, I just stop. Please just stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also that. Yeah. And Andrew Tate doesn't have a lot stuffed into that pouch. That's for sure. Okay. News the last. Great. Speaking of Trump, what an asshole.
Sure.
So he gave a unhinged press conference last week, and
which is just a press conference for him.
Right. But it was also clearly like a desperate cry for attention because he's slipping in the polls, and Kamala is getting the crowds that he's not, and he just looked desperate and whiny. Anyway, during that, he said about Kamala Harris, quote, "She's a radical left person at a level that nobody's seen. She picked a radical left man. That is, he's got things done that he has positions that are just. It's not even possible to believe that they exist. He doesn't want to have borders. He doesn't want to have walls. He doesn't want to have any form of safety for our country. We have leadership that has no clue." And then later said that Harris and Walz are radical left and, quote, "heavy into the transgender world." A follow-on to the last story. If they don't like it, they call it trans.
Yeah.
And although Governor Walz has instituted a lot of reforms in Minnesota during his governorship that are pro-trans rights, I don't know what it means to be heavy into the transgender world.
He doesn't understand what any of this is. He just knows he gets points when he mentions and shits on trans people. So he just says stuff, like that's his whole deal. He's like a toddler that's getting applause for doing and saying certain words. So he's just saying them over and over. It's like if everyone laughs when a toddler says the word shit, they're going to keep saying shit over and over.
I mean, it's adorable and hilarious.
It's adorable and hilarious. Less so for Trump. He's outgrown those foolish things.
Fucking giant ass man baby.
Yeah.
Fuckface dickbag fuckface asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, is he on the list, Eric?
He's gotta be.
Put him on the list twice. Anyway, yeah, just that kind of talk is dangerous. Like, to say that there's a transgender world makes it seem like there's this vast dark conspiracy to operate on your kids or something. And that's exactly what they are leveraging and trying to trigger in people. And it's just sick. Yeah. It's just sick and wrong, and I hate them.
Yeah.
That's the news.
That's the news. Speaking of people we don't hate, I want to thank our following new Patreon members. Thank you to Mutania.
Oh, okay. That sounds like something from the X-Men.
Oh, Mutania. I've got the power of flight. Jacob Engel. Thank you to...
How do you know it's not Jakob?
Could be Jakob. There's a K in there instead of a C, so maybe.
Mm-hmm.
How do I know it's not Engel? I don't know.
You don't?
I don't. Thank you to Niall.
Niall?
Yeah. Nyal? I don't know. And thank you to Brian Ringer. That one I'm pretty good on.
Yeah.
I know both those words.
After he passes away, he'll be a dead ringer.
Well,
I'm going to hell. Sorry,
thanks.
Brian.
Sorry, Brian.
Ryan or Brian?
Brian.
Sorry, Brian.
If you want to get ad-free episodes a day early, if you want us to maybe wish death upon you, if you want to attend our Patreon happy hours, if you want bonus shit, then go to patreon.com/Gayish podcast.
Do it.
Do it.
Okay, Kyle.
Okay, Mike.
You want to talk about Gay for Pay?
I destroyed you in the polls.
Absolutely.
It's rare, so I have to brag about it for a little bit.
Yep.
Every month we put up a vote to our Patreon members, and both the regular vote and the tiebreaker vote overwhelmingly voted for Gay for Pay.
Yeah, they did. Correct. Now, I picked plastic surgery. Your other one, because you lost last month, just going to throw that in there to
as a reminder,
bring you down a bit.
Yeah.
Your other one was FinDoms.
Yep.
And FinDoms and plastic surgery tied in the
main poll.
The main poll for our Gap Bridgers, and it was the tiebreaker poll that they chose FinDoms, and that's why we're doing FinDoms for this month, because the tiebreaker matters.
The tiebreaker matters. It helps us decide what to do for both this episode and for our Patreon bonus episode. So yeah, how's it feel to lose so heartily?
I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's it doesn't happen that much. So
I have compersion, Kyle. I'm happy for your success.
Oh,
Yeah.
Stop it.
Well,
Don't. Don't do that.
see how much less fun it is now?
Yeah, I know. Be sad. Both of these have been on our list for a little bit, and it's interesting that we haven't done them yet because they're both pretty gay concepts.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
But Gay for Pay.
Gay for Pay.
Gay for Pay. When you think Gay for Pay, Kyle, does somebody come to mind first?
Johnny Rapid.
Great. Excellent answer. I do want to talk to you about the history of Gay for Pay.
Okay.
Only sort of.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to talk about like what Gay for Pay means. Like there's
Right.
like lots of definitions, and you've got a whole like segment coming up, and I'm not going to steal that thunder. And my favorite example of Gay for Pay from history is the Greeks had a sacred band of Thebes, is what it was called, and it was a Gay for Pay army.
What?
A literal Gay for Pay army.
I'm turned on.
Yeah.
Go on.
Well, so I'm sort of taking liberties here, but it was an elite unit of the Theban army that comprised of 150 male couples. And they were encouraged to bang. And so it was 300 men. They were formed.
Is this where the movie 300 came from?
I don't know. Maybe, probably.
I hope so.
They killed all those faggots in that movie?
And then fucked each other.
Anyway, so it was formed under the leadership of Gorgidas, but first achieved fame under the general Pelopidas. From 378 to 338 BC, they were invincible. They lost 0 battles, but then the entire troop fell at the Battle of Chaeronea. So maybe that is what 300 is about. I didn't look into that at all. The part that I was excited about is the fact that they were all couples. It was 150 male couples, and they took care of each other, acted like a couple in every way, including the fucking. And the thing is, there is some evidence to suggest that because they were an elite special forces type of a thing, it was very prestigious, and they had higher living conditions than other kinds of soldiers. And almost certainly there were straight dudes that signed up for this and endured the butt sex because it was a good job.
Endured the butt sex because it was a good job should be the definition of gay for pay. I think you've nailed it right there.
Exactly right. Yes. So they're first mentioned in 324 BC in the speech against Demosthenes by the orator Dinarchus, but their full story was given by Plutarch in his Life of Pelopidas. Now, we're not sure, because a lot of these people, when they wrote histories about their own history, when they wrote histories, they did so with a great deal of creative license sometimes. So it is sort of hard to know what's true and what's not true. But there was this whole idea that Plato is given credit for, where he wrote this work called Symposium, and in it the character Phaedrus, who was a real person that existed, so it might have actually been his idea. But they talk about this idea that gay dudes would make excellent soldiers because if they were in love with each other, they would be better fighters.
Because they would like fight harder to stay alive for their lover, or like fight harder to keep their lover alive.
Yes.
I hate the word lover. I don't know why I used it 5 times just then.
Well, but that's exactly right. Like that's the idea. Like, and not just in the like anal penetration kind, but like the love kind of love too.
Oh, there's more to it than anal penetration.
To some
people.
But the idea is that you, quote, "For what lover would not choose rather to be seen by all mankind than by his beloved? Either when abandoning his post or throwing away his arms, he would be ready to die 1,000 deaths rather than endure this. Or who would desert his beloved or fail him in the hour of danger? The veriest coward would become an inspired hero, equal to the bravest at such a time. Love would inspire him. That courage which, as Homer says, the god breathes into the souls of some heroes, love of his own nature infuses into the lover. Love will make men dare to die for their beloved love alone, and women as well as men." So also said that maybe lesbian armies would be a good idea.
I've never loved anyone that much.
Well, okay. You've never loved anyone enough to be like on your best behavior because you would be embarrassed if you did something in front of them?
No, I've never loved anyone enough to join the army.
Oh, well, okay. I mean, there's some porn that maybe would convince you otherwise.
That's true.
Just this idea that you would have a gay army on purpose and then would pay them well and give them better living conditions in a world where, because of pederasty, like they were already kind of like pretty okay.
They were familiar with this
on the butt sex front. It is more than likely that some of those 300 were actually straight dudes that were just like, okay,
hot.
Yeah. I guess that's really all I wanted to talk about, I guess. Was this thing that there's a I'm calling it the gay for pay army, the gay for pay Greek army, Kyle.
I love it. It's my new favorite army.
Yep. Anyway, so army, that's one kind of gay for pay. Check.
Done.
What else is on the list?
What else? I'm going to read you Urban Dictionary definitions. And what I like about doing this whenever I do it is I think because these are user-generated definitions, some of the stereotypes and assumptions that people make about being gay for pay seep into their definition, so we can kind of get a sense of what are the stereotypes that people have of this topic.
God, that's so fucking great, Kyle.
I know, right?
You're nailing the premise of this show right now.
I thank you. I don't even have to do it now. I feel so good about myself. Okay, no, I will. The first definition, a straight actor who performs homosexual acts in pornographic movies for the sole purpose of incurring monetary gain.
Porn. Next, that's the second kind of gay for pay. Check.
Yep. Wow. In our episode on gay for pay, the first one we talked about was not porn.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Who are we? Why are
and
we
incorrect. Second, the only way for a blatant homosexual to continually deny his gayness.
Okay. Okay.
So now we're getting into some of the assumptions that people make about people that are gay for pay.
That they're not really gay. Got it.
That they are really gay.
That they're not really straight.
Right. Yep. The next one is a straight man who performs homosexual acts for money. Usually said of a gay pornographic actor, it also applies to straight guys who dance at gay strip clubs, do photo shoots for gay-themed erotic publications, act in gay romantic scenes in non-pornographic films or television, or hire themselves out as gay escorts.
Yeah, you've covered a whole bunch of the remaining categories that I had on my list. Sex worker, check. Actor, check.
Do you consider an actor gay for pay?
I do. I'm going to do a whole segment about it later.
Okay, we'll hold on that until that
Because
conversation.
there's more to being gay than just the butt sex, Kyle. And if you're being,
Is there?
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. There is more.
Go-Go Boys, you put that on the list, which I didn't know whether to call that sex work or not. I don't think it is, unless you're in Mexico.
It depends on what you do in the back room. It depends on if the back room is for cocaine or fucking patients. I was going to call them patients. Clients. Yeah, clients.
Yeah. So Go-Go Boys, that was in that thing that you just did, and then also, like other publications or something. What was
do photo shoots for gay-themed erotic publications.
Yeah. Which that's just porn, I think.
Is that like Playgirl? Is that like the classy version of porn that they're talking about?
But is that gay? Because like supposedly it's not. I don't know.
If you do a photo shoot that's probably for gay eyes and gay dudes are going to be jacking off to you, is that gay for pay?
I know that there's a lot of folks on like cam sites who are like, I'm straight, but I'm good if you get off to me.
Yeah.
And that it's not, it's gay. It's homoerotic.
It's homoerotic for sure.
I don't know.
Huh. I don't know either.
I also don't know if that's sex work. I don't know.
Doing a cam show where you jerk off? I would say yes. Like you have an OnlyFans that's you're straight, but you're catering towards gay men. I would say that's
all right.
Sex work.
All right.
And I would say that's gay for pay.
All right.
No, but if you're saying, I don't know. There's a murky ground in there.
You know me, Kyle. We got to get down to like, what do we mean by gay for pay?
Yeah.
And draw that line. So I think, to me, it's more important that the person. No, it's not. I think it's two camps, and unfortunately, we use the same word for both of them. Gay for pay can either be a dude who is actually straight, pretending to be gay for some purpose, or there's a dude who says that he is straight and does gay stuff for money. And they both get labeled gay for pay, I think.
Yeah. So I actually think now that I agree with that definition. And if you're jerking off on a cam show and you're telling everyone, and it's solo, and you're telling everyone you're straight, but if you're gay and jerking off to me, that's fine. That's not gay for pay. You're not doing anything gay. Jerking off is not gay, except for the fact that you're touching a dude's dick and getting it to come.
Well,
Masturbation is kind of gay.
Masturbation is kind of gay.
Yeah. Another definition is a guy who goes into a gay bar and pretends to be gay and flirts with guys to get drinks bought for them.
Okay, bought, sure. But if I overlook that clunker of a grammatical error, sure. Yeah.
You think so?
I think there are hot straight guys that like attention and are more than willing to let a gay guy buy them things because they want to, because he's hot. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
See our episode on Findoms for our bonus episode.
Sort of. Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah.
Now, that scenario is a little more elaborate. That's going to a gay bar and pretending to be gay so that you can drink on somebody else's dime, which that's gayer for pay.
You think that's gayer?
Yeah, I think so.
You're like, yeah, you're kind of embodying the full start to finish what it is to be gay. You're like stepping into the role more seriously.
It is hotter than a jerked off wildcat in here, Kyle. And I don't know.
I know, right, Mike? It's so hot in here.
God, okay.
I love talking about gay for pay. It is very warm. Let's see. Another definition: heterosexual man who exploits society's demonization of homosexuality by preying on self-loathing homosexuals whom he sells sexual favors to and often assaults.
Well, okay. That's this gay sex as violence thing that you hear from, especially from straight people, is really, it's disturbing.
It's hurtful.
It's hurtful. But also, sometimes that's how sex be.
I mean, sometimes when you do it,
consensual violence is
hot.
Well, yeah, it can be. Yeah, but like that's not. It's not like gay sex isn't automatically violent, but there are lots of ways that straight people talk about gay sex that implies that it's all prison gangbangs or whatever.
Yeah,
and that like penetration as violence is rape culture, and it's not okay. And it's not okay to assume that that's what we're about, and it's not okay to say that. Like, anyway.
Yeah. The last one is a little bit change of pace. It's capitalism is gay for pay was the term.
Sure.
And the definition is the ironic and paradoxical behavior of the American legal system's penchant for enacting laws against LGBTQ and transgender people. And
redundant.
Transsexual people. Interesting. While simultaneously having corporate donors lined up to be sponsors of gay pride events when money can be made. They followed that up with cash rules everything around me. Cream.
What?
You know how CREAM stands for cash rules everything around me.
Oh.
Yeah, cream me, baby.
Yeah, okay. See our episode about FinDoms.
Those are the definitions of gay for pay, which I think somewhere in there we narrowed down, we got to a definition, and then I think we lost it through some of the other stereotypes or baggage that people were bringing along to the terminology.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you agree that there's two different kinds?
Yes, but I already forgot what they were. What are the two kinds?
A straight dude pretending to be gay for some kind of financial gain versus a straight dude never claiming that he is gay, doing gay things for financial gain. Yeah,
yeah. Well, I mean, it's two sides of the same coin. It's you know, whether you're admitting that you're straight to the public world or not.
Yeah.
Is the difference, which
whether you're lying about your intentions, I think is implied also.
I think one of the challenges is there are people out there who claim to be straight and are actually gay and are doing it as part of the show for porn. So I think there are people that's not gay for pay. That's a whole other category because you actually are gay. Yeah. And you're putting on the facade of a character.
Your cognitive dissonance is very visible in that scenario, right? Like, the hoops that you're jumping through to get gay sex without ruining your fragile straight identity is really interesting.
Well, or I'm thinking even someone who creates this porn is a gay porn actor that creates this persona of a character who is straight and just getting into it or just doing it for the money. Like, I think that could be very intentional, and someone that knows what they're doing and making a strategic decision to tell everyone they're straight because they're going to make more money if they play up that side of that fake side of their persona.
Yep. Well, so one more like sort of category, I think, that doesn't fit those two definitions that we just were sort of noodling around. One that I want to talk about is a gay dude pretending to be straight in a gay porn.
That's what yes. Yeah.
Versus the straight dude putting on airs or whatever. Why is a straight dude doing gay things so financially successful?
We as gay people are into straight dudes. A lot of people are into straight dudes. and I don't know what that's about. Is that like hints of self-loathing? Is that like the taboo nature of it?
Because I'm not into that porn.
But you're okay if a go-go boy is straight.
Yeah.
And you want to pay him to do stuff.
Absolutely.
But that aspect that's not the salient point to you is
right. It's not the fact that he is straight is irrelevant to the transaction as opposed to being what you're talking about, which is it is the motivation for
attraction. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Why are we into straight dudes?
Unattainability. The same reason that straight dudes are into lesbians. Lesbian porn.
No, they're into it because they kiss each other.
And they can't have it.
And I think it's because it's taboo. And I think growing up, we were in the closet, probably attracted to other straight dudes because no one, if no one is out, then the people you're attracted to probably ended up straight. And so like our first crushes might have been on straight dudes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it's something from childhood that we're used to.
Maybe. Makes sense. Also, I think that like a lot of like early masturbatory experiences are to porn, and that at least when I was growing up was straight porn. So straight porn, straight guy. Maybe there's a connection there. I don't know.
My porn experience was all gay.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, the internet.
I grew up with the internet.
The internet changed a lot of things.
Yeah, because I could just be like gay dudes butt sex thing.
Probably an actual search that you typed because you didn't know what you were doing.
Probably. Yeah.
You touched briefly on gay baiting. Is gay baiting gay for pay? So when Shawn Mendes like goes and does gay things, or the Jonas Brothers, take very provocative photographs for what looks like potentially a gay audience to sell things to gay men. Is that gay for pay? I'm
going to say no. I mean, bad example because Nick Jonas has acted in a bisexual scene. So I think that's like bi for pay. But what you're describing of just doing the photo shoot, presumably for gay eyes, I think, no, that's not gay for pay. I think you got to I don't think gay baiting is the same as gay for pay. I think you got to like put it in someone's butt or claim to be gay or, like you got to take it another step. You can't just have innuendo there.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
What do you think?
I think it is gay for pay, but that's just me. It depends on how overt it is. Maybe. Like straight chicks like hot dudes too. And it sort of depends on how close to the line are they skirting and how intentional is the playing with the hormones of the gay male audience.
But are they just playing up stereotypes? If they're not saying anything about their sexual orientation, are they just playing on the stereotypes that we bring to say like, oh, they're gay baiting because, insert this stereotype that they did? Is that just what we're bringing to the table, not them? Yeah,
I'm with you. And I think we've gone back and forth on this before on the show of like, where's the line? What counts?
Yeah.
And how is it bad? How bad is it?
Yeah.
Which I think you're usually more hostile to it than you are today.
Really?
Like thirst traps on Instagram, like you hate those and you hate those people.
Well, yeah, but that's not anything about gay for pay or identity. I just hate them in general because they make me feel bad about myself.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, then another category that I don't know where it fits in our whole thing, but is definitely worth talking about, is a cop pretending to be gay so that he can entrap a gay person and arrest them for lewd or lascivious behavior because they're employed by the police department. Is that gay for pay?
Interesting. This is a fun scenario. I think if we're including actors that pretend to be gay in a love scene or in a movie or whatever, what we're saying is you are acting gay and you're making money off of that. It is your employment. Then that definition, that version of the definition then does include cops who do this. So yeah, I would say it is included.
Great.
What do you think?
I agree. And I think it's hilarious to then look at all of the places. Most jurisdictions, at least in the United States, have stopped doing this as a sort of reaction to burgeoning gay rights and changes in privacy laws, and society as a whole has sort of been shifting it towards accepting gay people and gay sex as part of our society or whatever. It was a huge problem in the 40s, 50s, 60s. That's part of the reason that we ended up with Stonewall at all, is this tendency for police to be involved in gay people. Frank Kameny and that whole book from Eric Cervini about the Deviants War, that's at the end of the day, it's about police officers going to restrooms in order to entrap gay men and then arrest them. And I'm sure that they didn't think that they were doing anything gay for pay at all.
Yeah, I doubt that's how they would want to define it.
So to go back in time and label it for them as that right to their face, I think would be kind of fun.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, take that, cops. I wonder if we have any cops that listen.
I'm sure we do. I know we do.
Oh.
Yeah, I've talked to a couple.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. At least one that's like super closeted.
Oh, no.
But listens to us anyway, which, okay, here we are. Yeah, so there's one other like little tie-in here, which is the movie Cruising, which I forget if we watched it or not.
We did. We watched it because we did an episode on it for X-rated movies.
Oh, yeah. You're right. You're super right. Well, Al Pacino in that movie is a cop that pretends to be gay. At the end of the day, I believe that, if I remember right, that wasn't about catching them having sex, but rather it was about the drug trade that was happening in the gay world at the time. But a lot of people point to that movie, which came out in 1980, as being a turning point for cops sort of stopping this practice. That it was now, granted, it was like right on the cusp of HIV/AIDS becoming a thing, but it really did depict gay men in a very negative light, and sort of justified him pretending to be a gay person for the purpose of prosecuting them, like arresting them. And the backlash against that might have been part of the reason why, at least in bigger cities, we stopped doing that.
Oh, interesting.
Then in a little bit, I want to talk about acting again, but I know that you have some data about this stuff.
I think instead I should go to, because I don't think the gate is that interesting. I think that we should go to a Ask Reddit segment.
Ask Reddit?
Yeah.
Okay.
So on Ask Gay Bros, the user training ad 7...
The treasure trove that is Ask Gay Bros.
Yep. Training ad 7763 asks, is gay for pay real or myth?
Oh, God. I think it's real. End of segment. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
We did it. Someone said, I've never understood the obsession gays have over straight, typically unavailable men. I'd rather have sex with someone who actually enjoys having sex with me, not because I paid for it. The whole idea screams desperation.
Yeah.
But that is conflating. Okay, for pay. I guess that's a sex worker who's straight is kind of what they're referring to.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like, just because they're gay doesn't mean, if you're paying for a gay sex worker, that still doesn't mean that they're into you.
Right.
So I don't understand why you're paying someone to have this experience with you. What does it matter if they're gay or straight?
Yeah. It's a great question.
Yeah.
It sort of maybe depends on their acting ability.
And how much how hot they are. If they're hot, maybe they don't have to act like they're into it at all, because who cares?
Right.
Someone else said, yes, straight men get paid to have sex with other men. In porn, have you ever heard of male prostitutes? We call them sex workers. They're not all gay or bi. Quite many straight men will turn a trick for cash. Gay porn often pays 3 times what straight porn does. There are very prominent gay for pay porn stars who are 100% straight.
Mm-hmm.
And do you believe that about the pay for gay porn?
I think I do. Yes, I do.
I do think there's better pay when you're gay.
Oh, that part's for sure.
I don't know the degree to which, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I know that gay porn pays a lot. I also am familiar with at least a couple of really successful straight porn stars that started in gay porn first as a way to get noticed.
Oh. And then they could be like, cool, I'm famous now. I get to move over to straight porn where I'm actually into what I'm doing.
And get paid more because I now have a following.
Right.
And, you know, Danny D's a good example of that. I've talked about him and his massive penis before. But he started in gay porn and now does just straight stuff for brazzers.
Oh, brazzers. What a straight thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just mentioning that as your straightest of the week.
Thank you.
Someone said, yes, very real, especially for guys who are addicted to drugs.
So that's, yeah, I know we're not going to do trigger warnings anymore, but we definitely have to talk about.
We're not doing trigger warnings?
I don't know.
No.
Are
not
we?
for this episode.
Well, until I talk about drug addiction and the fact that, like, people of all stripes are capable of doing all kinds of things to get their next fix.
Mm-hmm.
And if doesn't matter if you're straight or not, if you can get $300 from a gay dude to fuck him, then that's the way that you're going to get your next heroin or meth or whatever, then you're gonna, as long as your junk works.
Yeah.
So if you're capable. Also, oh my God, this is coming to my mind now too, Kyle.
What?
Just the fact that, like, just because the dick is working doesn't mean that that person is actually into it. That was my whole first marriage, right? Like for some people, that's not a requirement for the jizz to happen,
Right.
So
You were straight for nonprofit. You were.
yes, exactly right.
You made no money off of that.
Well, arguably, I lost money because of the divorce, but yeah.
Am I gay for pay just because I'm gay and go to work?
Yeah.
Yeah. I go to work gay.
We're gayish for payish too.
That's true. I didn't even think this entire podcast we're gay for pay.
Yeah. Gayish for payish.
Gayish, yeah.
'Cause we're not getting paid that much.
We're not getting, that's true. Payish for sure. Let's see. Yes, there is gay for pay, just not as much as you think. Studios / people claim, but a lot is just them saying they are attracted to customers or people who don't want to admit that they are bi or gay.
Mm-hmm.
Once had a guy who wanted me to fuck him for money. He would be the bottom. He really wanted to get me to pay him, but I only had $5. He agreed. We did the deed and we departed. I never paid him.
Oh my God. Okay.
That to me, like, then a little bit of your personal bias might be coming in to the answer then, because that scenario and saying that some people just don't want to admit that they're bi or gay, I think maybe your personal experience is tainting your view.
Taint.
Great. Someone else said, if you're truly straight, you won't get hard in the presence of another man, especially on camera. Double, especially when fucking, which that's just incorrect.
You're just incorrect.
Because people in porn use whatever those shots are Davey Wavy told us about that get your dick hard and keep it hard.
Also, see My First Marriage.
Yep.
You're just wrong about that.
Yeah. The last one is I sucked a dick for Oreo McFlurry and I'm the straightest guy there is, so it's def real. So
great.
Some personal experience there.
Oh, Kyle.
Yeah.
What have we done?
Oh, look what we've done.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
Now we got to add it to the list.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, I have a couple of segments, but
okay.
What are we going to do for Patreon? Have we decided?
I can either revisit the Gayda or talk about Daniel McGraffin, a guy who is does gay for pay and was interviewed in an article, and I can tell you a little bit more about what he said.
Okay. Great. Because I have two other things that I want to talk about, and I think I want to talk about this one first. But
okay, do it.
We have such a plan. We're good.
We're planning it right now.
We're good planners.
Yeah.
I want to talk about another potential way to look at the phrase "gay for pay."
Okay.
And that's okay. The literature calls it this, and I know it's problematic. Asterisk.
Okay.
This whole thing called sacred prostitution.
Huh.
And
I've never heard of this.
It's existed throughout history, especially ancient history. And it is sex that is often paid for in the context of religious worship.
What?
Possibly as a form of a fertility rite, or some traditions include divine marriage as a concept. And there have been certain cultures and traditions that included same-sex activity as a part of these rituals or rites in a religious context. And quite often, one or both of the participants were being compensated and weren't in any sort of a same-sex relationship outside of the religious context. So, like, if you're paying your altar boys to diddle each other, that's kind of gay for pay. Is the
Interesting. Yeah, there's religion that pays people for this kind of like show for gay dudes that just violates all of the Western Christian principles. So it's hard for me to wrap my head around that being a religious thing.
Yeah, actually, it is more common in ancient traditions like the Sumerians, the Babylonians, those other things from the Ghostbusters, the Hittites, the Phoenicians, and it is actually more likely for two women to be paid to do sexy time with each other for a religious context, but it also happened with men. But it's just interesting to me, this whole idea that like a temple or a church would pay people to have gay sex that weren't gay because their version of Jesus required it.
Yeah.
For whatever festival it was.
Yeah, that's wild. That's blowing my mind that would be even a thing that existed in the world.
Yeah, and also it wasn't always pay that was like money. Like sometimes they would get like food, or they would get clothing, or they would get other kinds of remuneration. But that also counts as pay, I think.
Yeah,
like
making goods or services in return for your gayness.
Yep,
I think is included.
And it is this kind of religious prostitution that we potentially have to thank for the mistranslations of the Bible that are used against gay people.
Oh, interesting.
So some of the words that get pulled out and pointed to by religious bigots in this country as saying the Bible is against homosexuality, here, look where it talks about the arsenokoitai or whatever the fuck that word is. That doesn't mean a gay couple in a loving relationship engaging in sex with each other. It is possibly a mistranslation of being in a temple setting, in a religious context, same-sex activity, it doesn't say what they say it said because they don't understand. This thing is blowing their mind also. Instead of facing that sort of cognitive dissonance, they just decided, well, they're just God's against gay people.
Yeah, they can't imagine a culture or religion that is different than their own, or has different beliefs, or has different practices, so they would not believe that this exists.
Yep, exactly right. Anyway, I think it's super interesting. There's also some Mesoamerican and South American, the Aztecs, the Maya, the Incas had similar things, but there's just something about human exercise of religion that encourages us to pay same-gendered people to fuck for God.
Oh, God loves it. God loves it so much.
What else we got?
I have Straight for Pay.
Yeah, I read that too.
So in August 2018, the gay male pornographic website men.com, which is always how I describe men.com, released its first scene featuring male, female, bisexual porn titled The Challenge. Arid Win-Win.
That's not a meat. That's okay. Great.
The fake name. In the Gata, the study that I read, it called it nom de porn.
I love that.
Which I really liked. Anyway, is a self-identified gay man. He faced backlash from fans for having, this article said, for having, quote, converted to heterosexual or bisexual. The website Straight Up Gay Porn,
great,
which is like a news outlet that talks and reports on gay porn, which is really funny. Asked him what he thought about this. And he said, I am a gay man. This was only a job and it was nothing more, nothing personal. I was working and it was like any other scene I've done. Which that's interesting to me that it was like any other scene I've done. Was it really?
I think that like for so many of these categories of things that we've been talking about, I was working. Like, I don't know why it's so hard to believe that that's I was working.
Yeah. So it sounds like we have not said it explicitly, but we're in the camp of trusting people when they say that they're straight and doing this gay for pay, that they really are straight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
They asked if he would do another bisexual scene if the studio offered it to him. And he said, I'm here to work and make money and I'm focused on my future. So yes, I'll take any project that I'm able to do. Yeah. And then they asked, what about a straight scene with you and just a girl? He said, I don't think I'd be able to do that because I'm a gay man, but I want everyone to know that this is all only business. It's marketing, it's business, and it's nothing personal. So a lot of just like really emphasizing this is for money. This is a job. This is a business. This is marketing. This is like, I think people, it's like, you see, I can't think of Carrie Bradshaw's name. Which is
Jessica Parker.
It's like seeing Sarah Jessica Parker and thinking she's Carrie Bradshaw for realsies.
Right.
And it's like, no, like she was acting. It's like, I think people see porn and get lost in the whole world that it was invented. And now with OnlyFans, there is some stuff that is more authentic and genuine. And they really did want to work with this person and have sex with each other. And it seems more like, I think people just forget that porn is created.
Yep.
And marketed and sold to them.
It's not real life, y'all.
It's not real life.
Except when it is, but that's not the point.
Right. Studio porn is not real life.
Do you know who Jaden Marcos is?
No.
He is a bisexual actor, a porn actor, and he's hot as fuck. And I don't know if he's actually bisexual or not. Like, I'm questioning everything. Like, is the gay stuff that he does gay for pay, or is he bi?
Yeah.
Because he's marketed as bi, but that doesn't mean it's true.
Yeah. It's like you'd have to find out what he says in his personal life about if he's actually bisexual. Bisexual for pay is an interesting concept that's related and very similar, but...
Yeah. And did you ever see Straight Guys for Gay Eyes?
Mm-hmm.
The mindfuck of like the gay guy that was on there pretending to be a straight guy for gay eyes is interesting.
There are like layers. There can be layers to this that get complex and confusing, and the level of deceit and mystery and intrigue is palpable.
Yep. Well, the last thing that I have that I wanted to talk about, if you are ready to humor me, is just the acting.
Mm-hmm.
Is non-porn acting gay for pay or not? And I kind of think it is, but I'm also maybe more inclined to say that gay baiting is also, if there's money involved. But what blew me away reading about this in the Wikipedia article on gay for pay is that straight actors are more likely to play gay roles and get awards for them than gay people playing any role, I guess. So Tom Hanks won for Philadelphia in 1993, a movie about HIV/AIDS. And since then, only 2 openly gay actors have been nominated for Best Actor or Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars. Nigel Hawthorne in 1994 and Ian McKellen in 1998 and 2001, and neither of them won. And nor has an openly gay man been nominated since. Wow,
that's so few. Wow, we don't get prizes for stuff.
Regardless of what role we play.
Right.
And then, meanwhile, 16 straight actors have been nominated for gay roles, and 5 of them have won.
Wow.
And then the same sort of thing happens in television. Jim Parsons, who was on
Big Bang Theory.
The Big Bang Theory. He is the only openly gay actor to be nominated for or win an Emmy in the lead acting categories. Meanwhile, the heterosexual Eric McCormick was nominated and won for his portrayal of Will Truman on Will and Grace. and remains the only nomination for a gay male character in those leading categories.
Interesting.
For the Emmys.
Neil Patrick Harris getting nominated for, I think he was nominated for an Emmy for playing a straight dude is funny.
Yeah. And as
Barney Stinson.
Yeah. Barney Stinson. But never for lead.
Right.
Because it's an ensemble cast and he's supporting or whatever.
Yeah.
I just thought that was really, really interesting that if you look at awards as being a kind of pay, that there are a lot of straight actors who are gay for pay successfully when the gays that want to be gay for pay are not successful. And there's certainly something going on there. I think it's just probably institutionalized homophobia, and that you can't sell to American audiences or worldwide audiences, for that matter, gay people, that we're just still too bigoted of a society. Maybe.
I wonder if there's anything to the fact that, like, if you know they're straight and they're acting in a gay role, then you know that the love that they are, they're acting, even though a gay person would be acting too. Like, everything that they're doing and expressing towards the other dude in the scene, we chalk that up to great acting. Whereas if they're gay, then we don't give it enough credit and think like, oh, well, they're into dudes, so that makes that scene easier.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. It's so interesting.
Yeah. Wow. That's so many people that have been nominated for playing gay roles.
Yeah. And
so few
of us.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh, wow. It got sad here at the end.
Great. Did we do it?
Yeah, I think we may have, generally when you're talking about gay for pay, you're probably talking about porn. There are other things that are included, but still believe people when they tell you how they identify, and porn isn't real life. That's my takeaways from this.
Yes. I mean, I would add sex work also, right?
Yeah.
I think that straight dudes can also do gay sex work, and that doesn't mean that they're not straight.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think we did it.
We talked about this stuff a lot, Kyle.
I think we did too. We'll talk a little bit more about another dude that did gay for pay and talk about what him and his girlfriend said on this documentary.
Ooh, okay. Let's do it.
Yeah.
You want to take a break?
Let's take a break.
Let's take a break.
Break.
Gay for pay break?
Sure.
How does that work?
Give me money.
Okay.
This is the part where Mike and Kyle take a break.
The gay for pay Japanese rent boys.
Oh, what about them?
We have records of them going back to the 1600s.
Wow. I had no idea.
Yeah. Are we back?
Oh, we're back.
We're back.
We're going to do our Gayest and Straightest.
We're going to do our Gayest and Straightest. But first, you sons of bitches.
You beautiful humans.
You need to please go to our Facebook.
Go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Gayish podcast, and you will see an invite pinned to the top to our 400th episode that is coming up this Sunday, the live stream for that episode. So come hang out with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to take questions from people in Facebook if there are people there.
Yeah.
And take your Gayest and Straightest, and it's going to be, and then y'all will chat with each other and pay attention to us. It's an enjoyable time.
It's magical.
Yeah.
Okay. Our website is gayishpodcast.com.
We are on social media at Gayish Podcast.
Our hotline, where you can send us text messages or leave us voicemails, especially if it's your Gayest and Straightest, you beautiful, beautiful fuckers. It's 5855-GAYISH. That's 585-542-9474. Standard rate supply.
Our email is gayishpodcast@gmail.com, or you can send your questions if you still have them up through Friday. You have until Friday to send your questions for the 400th episode. You can send those to gayishpodcast +400@gmail.com.
Our physical mailing address is Post Office Box 19882, Seattle, Washington, 98109.
Gayest and Straightest?
Well, we need gay sex stories or group sex stories. Kyle.
Oh, yeah.
Preferably gay ones, but group sex stories, because we're going to pick one of our favorites and give you
merch.
Pay.
We're going to pay you for your gay sex. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So if you have a good group sex story, send it in to gayishpodcast@gmail.com.
Do it.
Yeah. Gayest and Straightest?
Now we can do our Gayest and Straightest.
I'll go.
Okay.
My straightest is being on Tinder. I feel like that's the straightest of all the apps that I'm on.
Okay. So straighter than Hinge?
I feel like it's like the classic straight one. It's like where straight people, the orig.
Do you remember Match.com though?
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh, Match.com is straighter for sure. Do they even allow gay people on that one? Oh, I'm thinking of eHarmony. They didn't allow gay people.
Fuckers.
Yeah.
How's Tinder going?
It'll show me.
No, wait. If people want the personal news, they have to join Patreon.
Oh, good call. Good save. I almost gave that shit away for free.
Right.
I am gay for pay. Hit me up in the Patreon bonus episode.
I don't know if people know that. We do personal news on every we do an extra episode every month for Patreon, and we tell personal news.
Yep. Personal updates on what's going on with us and that kind of stuff.
All right.
My gayest is being on Sniffies all last night.
Great. Good work.
It's a real balancing act, my life.
You're crushing it.
Thanks.
Good work.
What about you?
Good work at your life, Kyle.
I try.
Well, the straightest thing about me this week, and I'm not sure why, but it just feels true, is that I'm going to Indianapolis. Indianapolis, the whole state of Indiana. It's just like I can feel the rainbow drain out of me.
Yep, I feel the same way. That's my stereotype of Indianapolis as well. So I get you.
Great. And then the gayest thing about me this week is watching American Horror Story reruns.
Oh, yep. That Ryan Murphy vehicle.
Anything Ryan Murphy is just automatically gay, and I like. We just started Apocalypse last night. Cheyenne Jackson is usually really hot and not into him at all in that. It just was surprising. I want to bang Kathy Bates more. She's like super lesbo in that. Did you watch Apocalypse?
I did.
Okay.
I don't remember it though.
Well, Kathy Bates is a lesbian.
Okay, great.
A lesbian robot.
Obviously.
Okay. We have a listener's Gayest and Straightest from, I don't know, Florida or something.
I forget.
Yeah. Jeremy, Jason, Jacob. Jason?
Here it is.
Hey, Mike and Kyle. It's Jesse from Florida. Just giving you guys my Gayest and Straightest for this week. So my straightest is, after a year, I finally have my pesticide operator's license. It is a bunch of work and a bunch of money, but finally have it. So the state says I can spray bugs real good. My gayest is, I work in a lot of nudist communities. And when I'm working, I saw this old man, probably was about 80 years old, looked so wrinkly that you could not even see where kind of his knees, torso, or anything like that was. But I swear to God, this man had a 10-inch cock. It looked like he was holding a Pringles can between his knees. It drooped down so far, it was memorizing, really. It was like the head-no-toad out of Futurama. I know you always say that there's not really that big out there, but I swear to God, it was like a mythical creature. I was useless for the rest of the day. You know, I was trying to do my job. I just couldn't stop thinking about that huge cock. Love you guys. See you.
Jesse. Just kidding, Jesse. I knew it was you all along.
Yeah.
Congrats on your bug spray license. That's fantastic.
Yeah, congrats.
And
I don't know what it takes to get that, but probably is work.
Yeah. And you should go back to that nudist colony and ask that old man with the giant ass dick how big it is. And if it's 10 inches, you can let me know and I'll investigate. And then I will gay for pay you for that.
Dick investigations. Yep.
Well, that's it.
That's it.
We did it.
Thank you to all the porn actors that are gay for pay.
Yeah. And thank you to the the gay actors who are straight for pay.
Yeah. Why not?
Great.
Thanks to everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
And thank you to our super gappers, Locomotive, Kaylee Adams, Kit Oliver, Kobe Gordon, Squoggle, Pip, Andrew Bugby, William Bryant, John Crowley, Yost Stossel, Jonathan Montañez, Forrest Nail, Steve Douglas, Explosive Lasagna, Michael Covington, Just Jamie, Thomas B, Dusty Sands, A. Coleman, Chris Cacciatorians, and Jerome York. Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your money. That's it. This has been Gayish from the Chris Cacciatorian Studios. I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz. Until next week, be butch, be fabulous, be you. See ya.
See ya.
Pay me, bitch.
That's the Findom episode.
Oh, motherfucker.